So how can we get more out of our students? How can we make lasting learning impact on our students that goes beyond the classroom? Dr. Monica Martinez and others led a study of 8 public high schools to figure out how they could get more learning, deeper learning experiences out of students and how these successful schools work. And these are the results in her book, Deeper Learning. What are we looking for in schools? We want our teaching, our lessons to have meaning. We want them to be long-lasting. We want them to have an impact. How many lessons do we know from school that we remember? Remember that stand the test of time. How many experiences from school remember and stand the test of time? We want them not to all blend together. We want to make an impact. How do you do this? One is to have students invest in other students, students mentoring each other. By teaching someone else is the best way to learn. So we want to give our students the best chance they have to teach others, therefore they can learn. They also will learn empathy for others. Our mentors need to be trained. They need to know what to do. They need to have a skill set developed to be effective. We don't want to just throw them with other students. That's going to cause problems. But a good mentorship program can be very powerful. As teachers, faculty, staff, administrators, we have to really get to know our students. We have to know what they're good at. We have to know what they want to learn. And we have to find ways to tie that into the curriculum. I'm not talking about skipping curriculum. I'm talking about tying student interests and passions into the curriculum so that it is more meaningful and has a deeper impact for them. You have to build trust with the students. How do we build it? By being honestly, radically transparent, having been completely honest with ourselves, with others, with parents, with staff, with other teachers, students. You build trust by being yourself and being your authentic self each and every day. With trust comes engagement. With trust comes ability to learn even greater. We have to be flexible. The learning will have different flow throughout the years, throughout the year, throughout the semester. We have to seize opportunities for learning. We don't have to be so rigid that we miss learning opportunities. We miss opportunities for lasting learning. To build meaning in our teaching, to build meaning in our schools, we have to be flexible and look for opportunities to tie that meaning in. We must always be revising. Our students need to learn, first and foremost, that life is a process of revision. It's a process of practicing and learning and revising and getting better and better, a never-ending spiral going up. We need to continue to revise our lessons and encourage our students to revise their work to get better and better. There's no shame in revision. Revision is part of the process. Tying our schools into the public is another common thread of deeper learning. How can we make our learning more real? By engaging the public, by engaging real outcomes in the real world, working on projects that can actually have an impact outside of the school. How can we volunteer for organizations? How can we work with businesses? How can we get our students out there on internships? How can we do projects that help our community? These are the things that students remember. This is how the students learn, by doing things in the public. Deeper learning might mean more projects, but the projects have to be well planned and thought out. They have to tie into curriculum. They have to ensure that all students are involved in the project. It takes a lot of planning to run a good project. The more planning we do with each other, the more collaborative we can be, the better our lessons, the better our school will be. We have to work together. We cannot be an island by ourselves doing great things. We have to work together and work together with our students, with our community, to tie things in together, be more collaborative. Like I said earlier, the book found that internships are very effective. We want to put our students out in the real world. We want them to know that their education is so they can be successful in the real world. We want to be able to tie their skills into real world experience. And you form community partnerships. The more your school is involved in the community, the more the community is going to support the school and the students there. Dual enrollment, very powerful for high schools. Allow students to enroll in college at the same time, to take classes, college level classes. Why should they not take the most advanced classes that are possible? Why should they not have the opportunity to get college credits early if they're able to? And this is a very powerful experience for students, and it allows students to push themselves to higher levels. This is a technological world, and the world is always changing. We must embrace technology and use it responsibly. We must continue to change. We must continue to learn and grow and learn the newest technology, but also teach the students how to use it properly. Final thoughts. I believe that deeper learning has a big impact, something to think about in our schools, for our teachers, administrators, staff, and even for our students. If we can make the learning more and more meaningful and tie it into the community and tie it into real-world outcomes, our schools can become much more powerful and the learning can be much more memorable, which will push our society to greater heights and push individuals to greater heights.